Most people have been taught a grand lie about success. They have been told that the only path to a fortune, the only way to achieve their dreams, is through sheer, brutal, exhausting physical labor. They believe that if they just work 16 hours a day, sweat a little more, and run themselves into the ground, the universe will finally reward them. They look at the sledgehammer of life and think, if I just swing this harder and longer, I will break through. But I have found the opposite to be true. Brute force has a biological limit. Your body will eventually give out, your spirit will dull, and you will become a walking shadow, sacrificing your health for wealth. True success does not come from working harder. It comes from working smarter. It does not begin with the sweat on your brow. It begins with the skill in your mind. Let me share a philosophy with you that took me from a broke farm boy to a wealthy man. It is a shift in perspective that changes everything. Do not increase the hours in your day. Increase the value you bring to those hours. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, I heard about two woodcutters who went out into the forest for a competition to see who could chop down the most trees in a single day. The first man was young, muscular, and bursting with energy. The moment the whistle blew, he sprinted into the woods and started swinging his axe furiously. He did not take a break. He did not stop for lunch, and he barely paused to catch his breath. He thought, if I just keep working harder, no one can beat me. Now, the second man was older, calmer, and more experienced. He walked into his section of the forest at a steady pace. He chopped for an hour. And then, to the younger man's surprise, he sat down for 10 minutes. This went on all day. Chop for an hour. Sit for 10 minutes. The young man saw this and smiled, thinking, this competition is mine. The old man is lazy. He does not have the stamina to keep up with my hard work. At the end of the day, they counted the logs. To the young man's absolute astonishment, the older woodcutter had chopped down nearly twice as many trees as he had. The young man was exhausted. His hands were blistered, and his back was aching. He walked up to the older man, completely bewildered, and asked, how is this possible? I did not stop for a single minute. I worked twice as hard as you did. Every time I looked over, you were sitting down. The older man smiled gently and said, son, you saw me sitting down, but you did not look closely enough. I wasn't just resting. While I was sitting down, I was sharpening my axe. Most people are swinging a dull axe. They are working harder and harder, hitting the tree of life with a blunt blade, wondering why they are exhausted, but have so little to show for it. Working smarter means learning to step back, sit down, and sharpen your axe. And what is your axe? It is you. It is your mind, your skills, and your personal development. When you are new to any industry, you have to make up in numbers what you lack in skill. If you are new to sales and your skill level is low, you might have to talk to 10 people just to get one to say yes. That is okay. That is the law of averages. To get 10 sales, you have to talk to 100 people. That requires a lot of hard work, a lot of miles, and a lot of hours. But here is where the average person stops and the smart person begins. The average person says, well, if I want 20 sales, I guess I just have to talk to 200 people. They double their hours. They sacrifice their sleep, they ignore their family, and they run themselves ragged. The smart person says, instead of doubling my numbers, how do I double my skill? They start reading the books. They start listening to the masters. They practice their presentation in the mirror. They study human psychology. And they master the art of the close. They work harder on themselves than they do on their job. And look what happens. A few months later, their skill level rises. Now, when they talk to 10 people, they do not get 1 sale. They get 3. A year later, they get 5. Think about the math. They are getting 5 times the results while working the exact same number of hours. They did not increase their sweat. They increased their value. That is the ultimate secret of working smarter. The marketplace does not reward you for your time. It rewards you for your value. To protect your time and work smarter, you must become a strict supervisor of your daily activities. You must learn to distinguish between what I call majors and minors. It is incredibly easy to mistake movement for achievement. You can be busy 12 hours a day and still be completely broke at the end of the month because you are majoring in minor things. Let me give you the breakdown in business. Minor time is writing lists. Minor time is organizing your desk, cleaning your files, checking emails for the 10th time, or driving across town to think about a client. That is all minor time. It is necessary support, but it does not move the needle. Major time is when you are standing directly in the presence of the prospect making the offer. That is the time that pays. If you spend your major hours doing minor things, you are operating as an amateur. The professional works smarter by automating, delegating, or compressing the minors so they can spend the maximum amount of their day in the majors. And remember this rule of focus. When you work, work. And when you play, play. Do not bring your briefcase to the beach, and do not horse around at the office. If you try to do both, you will end up doing neither well. When you are at the office, commit to total, uninterrupted concentration. Turn off the distractions. Let the phone messages pile up silently. Focus on the major task until it is complete. By doing that, you can finish in 4 hours what takes a distracted person 8 hours to do. Then you can go to the beach and enjoy it with total peace of mind. Now, some people ask me, Jim, I have started working on my skills. I have started reading, and I am trying to work smarter, but my bank account has not changed yet. Why isn't it working? I always tell them the story of the Chinese bamboo tree. When you plant a seed of Chinese bamboo, you water it, you fertilize it, and you tend to the soil. At the end of the first year, nothing has broken through the ground. You keep watering and tending to it in the second year. Still nothing. Third year, fourth year, absolute silence. To the untrained eye, it looks like a complete failure. It looks like wasted effort. But then in the fifth year, something miraculous happens. The Chinese bamboo tree breaks through the soil and grows 90 feet in 6 weeks. Now, let me ask you a question. Did it grow 90 feet in 6 weeks, or did it grow 90 feet in 5 years? The answer, of course, is 5 years. If the farmer had stopped watering that soil for even a few days during those silent years, the seed would have died. Working smarter is a crock-pot process, not a microwave process. The skills you are building, the books you are reading, and the disciplines you are practicing are growing a massive root system beneath the surface. You might not see the financial rewards today, but the growth is happening. And when your breakthrough finally comes, the world will call you an overnight success. But you will know it was the consistent, silent compounding of your internal value. My friends, we all have exactly 24 hours in a day. The beggar has 24, the millionaire has 24, and the genius has 24. Time is the great equalizer. You cannot buy more of it, and you cannot rent it. So the question is not how much time you put into your work, but what you put into your time. Step back from the noise. Put your life on paper before the day begins. Sharpen your axe every single day through reading and learning. Discipline your focus so that you major in the things that truly matter. If you want more, you do not need to work yourself to death. You simply must become more. Build your root system in silence. Work with intelligent design. Let your extraordinary results do all the talking for you, and watch as everything else falls beautifully into place. Thank you very much, and God bless.